Hello, welcome to part 8 of my bike build. Today we're just going to be aligning the derailleurs and then throwing a chain on it and some pedals. Should be pretty quick. Let's jump right into it. Alright, so with the rear derailleur, we have 3 limit screws to adjust. The first one up here is the B limit. This one here is the high limit. And then down here is the low limit. First one we're going to adjust is the low limit. So we need to shift the derailleur out to the highest cog. Alright, so with that in place, we're going to adjust the low limit screw until the pulley is in line with the largest cog. Alright, that seems to be it. Next up, we're going to adjust the high limit screw. So let's shift the derailleur back down. Alright, and this one we're going to adjust so that the pulley is aligned with the outside edge of the smallest cog. Alright, it's looking pretty good there. Alright, and then for the last one, the B limit screw, we're going to adjust that so that there's a 6mm gap between the largest cog and the top pulley. So we gotta shift back out. Alright, about there looks good. We're gonna have to double check that once the chain's on there though. Alright, let's move on to the front derailleur. Okay, so with the front derailleur, the first thing we're actually going to do is loosen this cable. Well, we'll just take that off. And then we're going to adjust the height so that the cage is just 1 to 3 millimeters above the largest cog, and so that it is horizontally aligned with it as well. Alright, that looks pretty good there. Okay, so before we finish aligning the front derailleur, we're going to need the chain on there. But before I do that, I'm actually just going to throw some pedals on real quick. I've already greased the threads, so... just snug those a little. Pedals are self-tightening. Stay tight as you pedal. Alright, I've already got the chain sized, so this shouldn't take too long. chain's in place, we could get back to that front derailleur. Okay, back to the front derailleur. Again, we have a high and low limit screw. We're going to start with the low limit screw and adjust that until the inside plate is just 1 to 0.5 millimeters away from the chain. Looks good there. Let's get it shifted up to the large cog. Alright, now at the high limit we're going to do the same thing and adjust it so it's just 0.5 to 1 millimeters from the outside of the derailleur cage plate to the chain. Actually, it looks pretty good right there. Let's see if it shifts down. Alright, front derailleur is good to go. Alright, we're in pretty good shape here. We've got both derailleurs aligned now. Have a chain on it, some pedals on. The only things we have left to do now are bleed the brakes and get the handlebar tape on, and then this bike should be pretty good for the road. One thing I do want to note, off camera I dealt with some issues with this front derailleur. It would not align properly. What I ended up doing was taking it off, taking the derailleur bracket off, then putting a single washer behind each of the two bolts that hold that bracket on, putting that back on, reinstalling the derailleur, and then aligning it as you saw in the video. And it was good to go after that. Everything seems fine. I don't know if that's an issue with the Falath Evo frame and the Sensah Empire Pro group set, or if it's just something I did wrong while installing something at some point. But it seems good, so hopefully once this bike is complete and it's out on the road, we do some fine tuning, everything should be fine. Cool, well that's it, and thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.